January 20th, 2025. We can refer to this as Jahr Null. One of my favorite series on TV is The Man in the High Castle. And it's a series that talks about what would have happened if the US lost World War II and ended up being ruled by both Germany and Japan. In that reality, the Axis powers actually won. Washington, D.C. got nuked, all the leadership got taken out, and the infrastructure of the US was neatly folded into the machine of the Third Reich. One of the interesting episodes in the series happens in season 3, where the Nazi ruled America gets its final makeover. The episode Jahr Null takes place, and it's a reference to year 0. And that's the beginning of the new Reich. So when we think about what's going to happen in January 20th of 2025, we can almost look at this as our version of Jahr Null, because who is coming to power? The person coming to power has been pushed forward by a combination of apartheid-loving, white supremacy-loving, tech bro billionaires and religious fanatics on the other side who want to create the American version of the Taliban. What it means for the average person is that we're looking at the ushering in of a new dark ages, when religion and the oligarchy take control and everybody else is fighting for scraps. What do we have? It's a new dark ages that's coming to place. Now, what's interesting about the Jahr Null episode in The Man in the High Castle is that a big arc of that episode has to do with demolishing the symbols that represent American freedom and American history. Statue of Liberty gets blown up and redesigned into something else. And you have all of the old guards, all of the remnants of the memories of American freedom through history are demolished. In a lot of ways, it parallels what's happened in many other dictator states when the dictatorships take over. It happened in Stalin's Russia, it happened in Mao's China, and you can expect similar things where the past is erased that doesn't serve the needs and the vision of the new white supremacist state. So it should be no surprise that this entire campaign, this entire race, this entire party was built and animated on the idea that everything is woke and that the natural order of things should be white men on top and everybody else subservient and bending the knee and looking for orders from white men. That is why every single one of these billionaires that surround Donald Trump are obsessive about birth rates and crafting a new world order that makes America great again. But it's interesting that they never define what era of America they're referencing when they talk about making America great again. What time period is that? You can make the argument that there was never a time period that was great for all Americans. There's always been a time period that's been great for one small segment of the American population. And that's the history that America is built on, that these people want to wipe away. The thing that everybody has to remember when they're thinking about what is coming forward is that you're being told that there is some great utopia that is waiting for you. That utopia is only going to exist for the billionaire class and the millionaire class. Literally, when you look at the landscape of the US, that represents maybe 2,000 people that will benefit from this new utopia that's being created. And the process of creating that utopia involves millions of the 90% of us being wiped out or crushed in order to serve the needs of that billionaire class. That is what Jahr Null means. It's not going to be making America great for everybody. It's going to be about making America great for the billionaires. And the sooner we wake up to that reality and realize that from day one, it needs to be a relentless and constant fight, the better off we're going to be. There are groups of us that are wishing and hoping and chasing breadcrumbs, hoping that some miracle is going to save us. There's no Hail Mary that's coming. The inauguration proves it. Nobody is coming in to save the day. You have a Democratic Party that is afraid to do anything. They literally wielded immunity and did nothing with it. And some can make the argument that they failed in their singular responsibility, which is protecting the American people from the rising tide of fascism. And what have we seen? We have seen them lay down, roll over, and get out of the way. The reason why we're having these conversations is because it's going to rely on people like you, me, and everybody else, regular people, to stand up and join the fight. We don't have time to daydream about miracles. The ruling class, the billionaire class and the millionaire class, looks at us as the problem. So let's be determined to be the problem and the solution.